global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them. Crises precipitate change.
Secretly plotting your demise. I want to devise a...
Hello everyone, Darko 2012 here with Global Government News, and I am covering an article and a video. To much of my surprise, I wasn't really expecting it to be, well, how do you say it? I guess that it was kind of coming out of left field here. This Tea Party rep who is Oath Keeper. And I don't know if Chris Matthews was expecting it. When I first caught it, the beginning of it, I thought it was something going to be like, okay, here we go. They're co-opting the Tea Party movement. Oh, like is the co-opted Tea Party nation or whatever basically the ones that the Palins are co-opting and the Glenn Becks are co-opting. They're going to say, oh, are the Tea Parties, the Republicans, are they, what's it look like, like Chris Matthews really cares because, he's a fascist and all the Republicans and Fox and that are fascists as well. So they're not really interested in talking about real politics and real people and real conservatism. No. So let's just roll in here, get a little bit of background, and we will show you this video. I only watched the first couple seconds, so it should be good. My only thing, though, I wanted to say was the video quality may not be all that. In fact, they probably won't match the audio. There's not much I can really do about that, guys. This screencast, that's about all it does for me, but it's going to be good. So just, bear with me. Just listen to the audio and just imagine this individual's face kind of looking like a deer in the headlights, right? Because he actually got a real conservative on there to talk about the Tea Party. So it's not fully co-opted, guys. I kind of recommend kind of just abandoning the Tea Party so that you don't have parasites such as this and Palin and that kind of latching and sucking onto it and sucking the life out of it and like kind of taking down an elephant just to some tranquilizers, putting a rope around its head and just tearing it down, right? And it's a good symbol, too, an elephant, right? Because that's what symbols the Republican Party, right? You just with a hook or something and just bringing it down to the ground because that's what they're going to do. But anyways, it's your choice to do what you want to do. So it says, proving once again that the left-right paradigm is completely phony and that the real battle is between the establishment and the people, MSNBC quotes Chris Matthews, who admits that he analyzes politics from, quote, a Marxist perspective and whose idol is communist ideologue Saul Alinsky, echoed the exact same talking points about Debra Medina that were uttered during Glenn Beck's attempted character assassination on the Texas gubernatorial candidate last week. While Glenn Beck poses as a populist conservative and Matthews as a liberal, they share the exact same attack dog ambush journalism tactics that and smear campaign methods in service of their corporate media bosses. The fact that Beck and Matthews, while claiming to be from the opposite ends of the political spectrum, sound almost identical, proves that they are both establishment frauds whose job it is to target the real constitutionalist leader, Debra Medina, and who's being attacked as a consequence of the neocon Dirty Tricks campaign at the behest of the Bilderberg attendee Rick Perry. So here we go. During an interview segment with Tea Party activist and Oath Keeper Sheriff Richard Mack on his MSNBC Hardball show yesterday, Matthews made a transparent effort to ape Beck's 9/11 truther ambush when he asked Mack, "You're backing this woman, Debra Medina, in Texas for governor. Fine, she's something of a truther. Are you? Are you a truther?" So there you go, guys. You're gonna hear this. This is crazy, and I'm reading this for the first time. That's what it's about, guys. It's about putting us in a box. It's about putting anybody that has a freaking mind that can compute, like little wheels spinning, and can think logically about their situation around them, right? And they're going to put us in a box, and they're going to call us a truther, a birther. Now they're calling us a 12er, and that is a way of talking down to us like we're freaking children. So let's, without further ado, check out how Chris Matthews talks to this Oath Keeper and treats him like, what, a child. So.
Welcome back to Hardball. Today, representatives of the Tea Party movement are meeting with the chairman of the Republican National Committee, our friend Michael Steele. Can the party establishment and the Tea Party movement collaborate or cooperate? Do they want to do it? Richard Mack is sheriff of Graham County. He was, in fact, in Arizona. He speaks at Tea Party rallies. He's a very popular fella out there in the movement, and he certainly supports it. Sheriff, thank you for joining us. I really want to learn some things tonight. We only have about 10 minutes. You can teach me. Is the Tea Party movement ready to join hands with the Republican Party and beat the Obama Party this November? Is it possible?
Well, that's really not what the Tea Party is about. I speak at Tea Party organizations all across the country. Just got back from Texas. We had a great crowd there. I'm speaking in San Ramon, California tonight. This really isn't about going back to the Republicans being in control. This is about whether or not our politicians in Washington, D.C. will follow the Constitution, and can we get back to once again, a free society based on the principles of freedom that our country was originally founded upon. This isn't about Sarah Palin. This isn't about Richard Mack. This is about whether or not we can have the Constitution restored as the supreme law of the land. My take on all of this is that there's only one answer left. There's only one answer left, and that's at the local level.
Okay, let me ask you, when was the last time you thought the United States government was led by elected officials you thought were honorable to the Constitution? Last time?
I think Ronald Reagan came close, but
close.
You're
but
talking
did he
about
honor the Constitution? Did he honor the Constitution as head of the executive?
In some ways he did, but still, again, not always. And so we've tried the Republican
When
thing.
did he violate the Constitution?
Look at all. Well, you could say that about every president, quite honestly.
I'm just asking you.
Do we have? But my answer is, I trust the local sheriff, I trust the local county commissioners, and I trust the governors and state legislatures to stand against the incursions of the federal government. I want a case at the United States Supreme Court on the side of the 10th Amendment. Right. The 10th Amendment is the only answer I believe that we have left. We keep going back. The pendulum keeps swinging nationally in Washington, D.C. from one party to the next because nobody has the answer. They have not provided peace, safety, and security. The Republicans have not followed the Constitution. Both parties have us at national debt and completely destroy our economy. Both parties have us involved in the war in Iraq and other wars that we shouldn't be involved in. There's no end in sight in this ridiculous war. Both parties have caused our borders to be infiltration places for terrorists. We pretend that we're having a war on terrorism, yet we allow terrorists to come through our borders. It's easier for a terrorist to enter our country through Mexico than it is for you and me to get on an airplane at our airports. It's ridiculous, and both parties have done this, and I don't see the Tea Parties jumping all over Steele or the Republican Party.
What happens when a person, man or woman, Republican, Democrat, or Independent, gets elected to the U.S. Senate? What happens to them? Why are they all the bad guys? What happens to them, as you see it?
Well,
when do they become the evil federal government? When's that happen? Right after their election, or when they get sworn in?
When they stay too long. Well, I'm telling you, they stay too long. There's been a lot of good people there. You look back at even John McCain when he was first there. He was pretty decent, but he stayed there too long. And these politicians become Washington D.C.ized, and we need to get these people out of there. And right now, I'd say the only answer in Washington D.C. is get all of the bums out.
Okay, look, I think that's a popular sentiment. But I want to know about you, sir, and your ideology. Do you believe the following? I want to ask you what you're backing this woman, Debra Medina, in Texas for governor. Fine. She's something of a truther. Are you? Are you a truther?
No. Glenn Beck tried to make her a 9/11 truther. I know Debra Medina.
She just gave a speech the other day. She just gave a speech. I'm sorry, sir. We have the tape. We'll play it again tonight. She gave a speech the other day saying that she wants to know what happened on 9/11 with